everyone. I'm Alexandra from alexandramadisonweddings. Welcome to your tips on how to incorporate your furry loved one in your wedding day. So this is Teddy, who is my little Yorkie. He is about 5 years old. He was the ring bearer in our wedding, which you'll see in this kind of movie montage, if you will. We didn't have any flower girls or ring bearers. With children, we just had little Teddy, who is super adorable, and he trained for it. So I'm going to show you some steps today on how to prepare to incorporate your furry loved one, whether it be cat, dog, bird, etc., into your day. So step one is to go ahead and identify, does your venue allow you to bring pets on site? So for my wedding venue, for example, Teddy was, and any kind of animal, was not allowed indoors due to people who would be allergic later on from the dandruff or the hair that would come off, even though Teddy doesn't necessarily have any shed. It was just the protocol of the venue. So what we did is we had to identify if the venue would allow us to bring him on site for the ceremony. And they said yes. So as soon as you get that insight that he can come on site for the ceremony, you have the go-ahead to then be able to identify if he or she will be your ring bearer or your flower girl. Then step two is to go ahead and identify a handler. So handler is kind of a funny and strong word to use, but Teddy had one girl specifically dedicated to him throughout the entire wedding day so that she could then dress him in his outfit and then bring him on site, since he wasn't allowed indoors, to hang out with us, and then to help kind of hand him off to the bridesmaid that was going to walk him down the aisle and then take him back to his house that night. So we've done this for a lot of couples as well, that if the venue is close enough to their home, we're able to transport the animal back to the house to kind of go back into the crate or into the living room and enjoy the evening without the hoobaloo of all the guests kind of touching and poking and wondering, what is that dog doing? So that's step two, is to identify your handler. Step three is to go ahead and pick out your outfit. So what we had is Teddy had an adorable little tuxedo, which you'll see here. And then we've also had other pets do floral collars or like a garland collar. We've also seen maybe a little tutu outfit, depending if it's a flower girl or not, or just potentially a really sweet collar. So Teddy again wore a tux, had a little bow tie. He loved it. And then step four is going to be going ahead and identifying on the timeline. Do you want your animal or pet incorporated in your wedding photos? If that's a yes, then that is something that I encourage you to talk to your photographer about. It's important to itemize your timeline so that your timeline is kind of talking about when will the animal or pet be visible for your guests? Will he or she be incorporated in photos for the first look? Will he and she be incorporated for photos, which you'll see here from my wedding, in the getaway vehicle after the ceremony? Will he or she be only in the ceremony, or will they be incorporated in the after photos? So there's a lot of logistics on the timing that you need to incorporate with that. So it's really important that you work with your photographer to build that into your timeline. And then step five, obviously, is going to be able to kind of run your pet through a mock trial of walking down that aisle, because some dogs or some cats will get a little bit nervous with all those people kind of cheering and chirping, if you will, and getting excited about your pet being incorporated into the wedding day. But with a little bit of practice, maybe a little treat placement down the aisle, and if your pet is going to have someone either walk with them or if they're going to walk solo, those are kind of the key steps to kind of keep note of when you're planning to have your pet incorporated in your day. Again, remember, your venue is going to be your big determining factor here, so it's important to ask instead of just asking for forgiveness later, because some people might have, with bodies of water, might have dangers for your dog. If your dog doesn't have that handler, there might be, a risk for your dog being on site. So it's really important that you think about your furry friend too, to make sure that they're feeling good about being there on the day of. So thanks for joining in on how to incorporate your pupper on your wedding day, and we look forward to seeing you next time, right?